So let's start. It's 9 o'clock. Now, today we are going to do Jamakol, which is a Prashna Paddhati, a Prashna Kundali. But before I start, I want to tell you all one thing. See, people have been calling and telling me ki, why are we doing so many Paddhatis? Paddhatis mean methodologies. Like Parashari is one Paddhati, Bhrigunandi Nadi is one Paddhati, Jamakol is one Paddhati. So I have got 2 points to answer that. Can all of you hear me properly? Huh? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Basically, first thing is now this is my experience. Not not every paddhati or everyone के लिए अलग अलग पद्धति works. Okay, like for example, just to give an example, I've done a lot of work in Lal Kitab. Okay, I've done research. In fact, I have almost compiled a book on that. But that for some reason doesn't work for me. So I pick and choose how much I want from Lal Kitab. If I want to know, especially if a grah in a specific bhav, what repercussion does, so like that. So you pick and choose. And second thing is, which you realize as you practice more and more, is that you need to actually use different paddhatis for different things. For example, Jaimini Chardasha, which I'll be sharing with you all next time, is fantastic for getting the timing of event. Okay, when this event will happen or when this event had happened, you can find out. Okay, so that gives you a much more precise yoga if you want to do base. Especially I use it because I use a lot of preventive astrology कि ये दशा में ये होने वाला है, so you be careful on that. Okay, but for other calculations to go like how we had done last time कि Rashi Lord, Nakshatra Lord, all that thing, you need Parashari for that. Okay, then there are sporadic things like Rahu in specific houses can give certain repercussions. I use Lal Kitab for that. Okay, if I want to cross check whether what I am doing is correct or not, I will cast a Jamakol chart over there. So, then there are certain aspects like, something is happening, but you cannot get it from Parashari because Parashari aspects, as you know, are the 7th aspect and those 3 special aspects which Jupiter, Saturn, and Mars have got. But you're not getting that aspect. But if you see it from Gemini Chardasha, you will get that aspect because those aspects are different. So that is the reason you need to have. It's like saying, you are repairing a car and you have only a screwdriver with you. You cannot do that, right? Sometimes you need a spanner, sometimes you need a hammer, etc., etc. So that is my answer to that. So when people are calling me, I said I'll explain that when we next meet. So this is my answer to it. Okay. Now today we are going to do Jama call. Before that, anyone has anything to ask, say, पूछ लो. नहीं तो I'm starting off on Jama call. All okay? Okay. So today we are going to take on Jama call, which according to me is one of the most important techniques. And believe me, firstly it is simple, but it needs a lot of hard work. Okay, then only the chart will start talking to you. And do it with imandari. I'll tell you my entire process, how I went through. Like I share everything, so I'll share that also. So Jamakal Aruda is a paddhati. Paddhati means system. Paddhati. Okay, it means a system, which is a Prashna Kundali. Prashna technique. Okay, Prashna technique is what basically every time you cannot keep jumping to the D1 chart or any other divisional charts to find out the answer. You want to know the answer to something कि ये होने वाला है कि नहीं, ये होगा तो अच्छा होगा कि बुरा होगा, ये मुझे मिलेगा कि नहीं, what all those things. For that you need what is known as Prashna. Now within Prashna also there are different techniques. So today I am going to share with you only Jamakol, but I use Jamakol, I use Tajik, I use the regular moon which is called Chandra Nadi. So there are different techniques which I use, but Jamakol is the one which I use most of the time. Okay. Now if you see this chart, I am going to explain Jamakol in very simple words so that you can grasp the entire meaning of it. I am not going to get into the calculation because frankly speaking, you don't need it. I know the entire calculation, but just now if you tell me off the cuff to tell you the calculation, even I won't know. So काम से मतलब रखते हैं. You want to do further research, you are free to do beyond that, but I will tell you how to use it. Now in Jamakol Aruda, which it is called, basically, very basically, there are 3 components. Okay, one is basically what you can see the chart, right? You can see this chart. So this chart, I did it the wrong way. This chart is how we go normally over here clockwise. Okay, this is the inner circle if we call it. it basically houses the transit planets, one, which is the regular transit chart, gochar isko bolte. Second, it has got what are called as special characters. There are 3 special characters which are more important. One is ये जो UDH, different softwares have a different nomenclature, but whatever it is, UDH is, I've written over here, Udayam. ARU is basically Arudam, and KVP is basically Kavipu. Okay, these are the 3 characters. What they mean, I'll tell you. So part 1 was all these Gochar planets, which I have actually not put over here, but you'll find all the Gochar. Like just now we've got Saturn over here, we've got Rahu over here, we've got Jupiter over here, etc., etc. So that is part 1. Part 2 are these 3 special characters, and part 4 are these ones which are the boxes which are outside, which are called as the Jama planets, Jama, like Jama Masjid, Jama planets. And if you see, there are 8 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Rahu, Ketu are combined together is called snake, or in some places they call it Pambu, P-A-M-B-U, Pambu, Palm means snake. Okay, so these are the things. Now, transit planet, filal, bhul jao, forget about transit planet just now. Concentrate on Jama planets and the special characters. Between these two, and a third thing which I use, many people don't use, which is the Hora Lord. Between these 3 things, Jama planets, special characters, and the Hora, between these 3 things, if you can learn to read between the lines, you can crack the case most of the time. I will not give 100% guarantee, but I feel if you have to crack, you should crack it every time. So it will help you. Now, इसमें का basics सिर्फ समझ लो. Transit planets, like I told you, will go in this way, correct? Clockwise, that we know. Other than Rahu and Ketu, which are always Vakri, going ulta. These Jama planets always go in the opposite direction. I have written over here. Movement of Jama planets. Remember this, Jama planets will always move anti-clockwise. Most important thing. This is where the mistakes happen. Okay. So this moves here. Your Kavipu also moves in the anti-clockwise direction. So Jama planets and Kavipu always move in the anti-clockwise, and this is very important because there is a little bit of minor calculations which are required, very minor, but you need to remember this. Baki, all the other things which are basically at the moment we are looking only Udayam. Udayam will go in the clockwise direction like the others go. Simple. So to summarize it, Jama planets are 8 in number. The Rahu Ketu are combined together to make snake or palm, and they move in anti-clockwise directions. And an additional information which you need not bother about, they are always 45 degrees apart. 45 degrees. That is why 360 degrees divided by 8, you will get it as 45 degrees. So they are always 45. If you calculate it, you will realize that they are 45 degrees apart between all of them. This is additional information, don't need to break. One more thing which is very important, but nothing to by heart. It's nothing to by heart, but you should know, because your nazar udhar jana chahiye, like I keep saying, is always Saturn will have Mars opposite to it. Venus will have Sun opposite to it, and vice versa obviously. Snake will have Mercury opposite to it, and Jupiter will have Moon opposite to it. Always. They will always be diametrically opposite to each other. Why this is required many times? Manasa.
Sorry, did you say we have to memorize that?
No. You don't need to memorize that. I'm just telling you, because what happens is many times you want to catch Venus and your nazar is somewhere in this zone. When you see Sun, you should immediately know, okay, Venus is going to be here. The others keep searching. I'm teaching you techniques which save your time, which is more important. Okay. So anytime you see snake, you should know that Mercury is always going to be here. Simple. That with little bit of practice you'll understand. But Saturn, Nidhi.
So Kavipu and the Jama planets move in the anti-clockwise direction. Udayam or whatever the Gochar planets move in the clockwise direction, right? And the Jama planets are 45 degrees apart.
From each other, 45. 8 over. Okay. Now just for additional information, again you don't need to memorize it. The JAMA planets start here. If we consider this as 0, 0, or you consider this as 0, so whatever you want, it starts this way. And the first planet which comes up, because if you see the sequence will be the same, you know, like Saturn ke aage moon, moon ke aage snake, snake ke aage sun, sun ke aage Mars, Jupiter, Mercury, Venus, again this. That sequence will be the same. But where does it start? So here, the day planet will come first. So today is what? Sunday. So Ravivar. So Ravi means Surya. So actually today, if we cast a chart at 6 a.m., your sun will be here, Surya. यहाँ से 45 डिग्री में 30 and 45 डिग्री ये पॉइंट पे your next fellow will come which will be Mars. Okay, if Mars is here, obviously on this side it will be Saturn. समझ में आ रहा है? From here 15 degrees and 30 degrees, so at this point the next fellow will come which is Jupiter. You don't need to memorize it, I'm just telling you how they
सर आज का एक सैंपल डाल दीजिए तो उनको ज्यादा क्लियर हो जाएगा.
अभी नहीं करते because this it will be very difficult for me to set it. I have set this up, but उतना दिमाग लगाने की जरूरत ही नहीं है ना, छोड़ दो ना स्वाति.
हाँ सर ठीक है सर.
So basically what happens is the hora starts here. Okay, today, suppose today was Monday, moon at 6 a.m. will be at this point 00 point. From here 45 degree में 30 plus 15 will be snake, and so on and so forth. Okay, don't just listen and let it be. Now the entire ball game starts here. So there are certain points which I've written here point wise. So सिर्फ उस पे जरा एक ध्यान देते हैं. Blue में जो लिखा है these are the characters. So one is the Udayam, second one is the Arudam, third one is the Kavipu. बराबर? So Udayam, I'll tell you what the books and the other classes teach, and I'll tell you what my understanding of it is. Then you take a judgment and do whatever suits you. Okay, that's what my first sentence was. That whatever suits you, do it. Udayam is considered as the ascendant. जैसे अपन H1 बोलते हैं ascendant. So ठीक है, that is okay. Now many times what happens is you have to understand whether Udayam is that person. Like for example, let us say a person asks कि मेरी बेटी की शादी हो रही है, ये अच्छी होगी कि नहीं, या ये जो that groom which has come for the proposal, is it going to be a good whatever match or not, बराबर ना? Now the confusion happens whether Udayam is the father. So then if this is the Udayam, then the daughter becomes this one, the fifth from there. So is Udayam the father, or is Udayam the girl, or is Udayam the subject, which is basically what subject मुझे the matter कि शादी. This needs a little bit of logic, and you know logic बोलना था, you have to see so many things and then come to a point, which we'll come to slowly. Just to give an example, here if you see Mars is coming towards Udayam, I'll teach you how to read that also, but Mars is coming towards Udayam, correct? And if you see here, Mars is in the nakshatra of Rahu, Swati. Okay, so Mars, if you remember in that, I had given the Karak Tattva, this is nothing to do with that case, I'm just taking arbit thing, but it's coming up, that's why I'm saying. Mars, if you remember the thing I told you, is marriage. Marriage is coming towards Udayam, and Udayam, if you see, is in moon. Moon is the 11th lord over here. Barabar? Am I going too heavy for you? So anyway, so the crux of the point is, which I don't, maybe I won't teach this just now, is you have to decide whether Udayam means the girl, the father, or the event. Rashmi, what happened?
Sir, I would read it like this, that since it is related to, say, for the marriage, so if we are seeing the Mars and Rahu approaching, so Mars in a way is the opposite, like the spouse, and Rahu is like in a way foreign. So if we'll ask a question that is the boy has something to do with the like NRI or working in this kind of a thing, then we can relate that it is like. So like you said, that we have to understand the question and then only we can. But the moment we'll see Mars or something like this close by, then we can conclude कि okay, it has something to do with the marriage. यदि इसकी जगह पे Saturn आता होता था, तो we would have said something related to career. Then ये इस पे नहीं आता था. Is this the way?
Yeah,
Or
there are so many other ways like that. It will get little complicated for people who don't know, but the main matter is we have to decide iska actual definition क्या है. Okay, like what Rashmi said, if I want to take it very fast, what I will do is I will see the fifth house from here. So that is the child. So I am trying to find out whether child is the subject or the father is the subject or marriage is the subject. So if I see child here, child is Saturn. Saturn is here. Saturn is seated in the house of Kavipu. Okay. And from here, basically who is coming? Venus is coming. So Iska fifth lord is coming here. So maybe that girl is already in a relationship and that is causing a Kavipu. Like that it can go very deep. I don't want to jump just now because the rest of the fellows will go for a toss. Matter to be understood is short and simple. Udayam is, as per the books, ascendant. As per me, it is the fulcrum or the base or the pivot around which everything revolves. So if you cannot decode what that Udayam means, your analysis is going to go haywire. ये ध्यान में रखो. In all the books you will say Udayam is the ascendant or Udayam is the questioner. It doesn't work like that. I have done, I think, around 4,000 or 5,000 cases I have documented. So experience has taught me this. Bus, simple. Understood? Okay. So as we move along and we do cases, we will understand how to decode what Udayam is trying to say, or rather who Udayam is. It can either be the questioner, or it can be जिसके लिए question पूछ रहा है, or it can be the event. One of these things. Now Aruda, as per the books, it is the thought behind the question, the thought behind the query. Okay. So I look at Arudam as a verification code. Okay. Now, for example, this is something different only. I will talk about this case later on. But Aruda basically seated with Mars. Okay, in Mars. Mars, marriage, correct? Mars over here is the third lord. If you remember, I don't know whether I told you or in the Karakta to write third house will write engagement or any sort of a deal. I think we have written that. Correct? That is there. This is in the Rashi of Mercury. Mercury is basically engagement. Mars is marriage, Mercury is engagement. Okay. And so there are so many things. But anyways, so Aruda will tell you a sort of a verification whether this chart which you have cast is right or wrong. Many times what happens is, see, this initially will happen that you will cast a chart and bloody hell from wherever you see that matter is not coming up only. That is because you are not started connecting to that paddhati. There is no hocus pocus, no magic, no nothing. It is just that tapascharya which is required, which will get you into the right frame of mind and you will cast it. Because see, these things no, do not have any logic. Many times I have cast the Jamakol chart, given the answer, and they have said, we didn't give you our name or date of birth, and still you give the answer. How you got it? So I do not know. मेरा एक ही उसका understanding है, which I will share with you, that if we look at the planets which are going around just now, like in KP it is called ruling planet or whatever, these are the planets which are affecting us in some way or the other. So just now we feel that we have this thought in our mind, but I feel that the planets or some force is putting that thought in our mind or making us do something. Barabar? So let's not get into that philosophy part. But the thing is, Aruda helps you to cross-check whether the chart which you have cast is correct or wrong. Simple. Kavipu, in books it has got a definition, one as a damager, और second it is क्या बोलते हैं उसको, hidden जो है, it brings that to light. Something that is hidden, it brings out to light, or it damages that thing. According to me, most of the time it works as a damager. Okay, it damages that thing. Now most people suddenly jump to Kavipu and they say, okay, Kavipu is hitting this so and so thing, so that is out. I don't believe that and I don't do that, because many times it happens, like another case which I'll share with you, the outcome is on 28th and it's a little critical case, so I'm not putting it up. It's a legal case where everything was going against that fellow and suddenly it came in his favor. I'll teach you that method also. There is one, I call it a link method, green link, pink link, you must have seen. That is an unconventional method which I use, so I'll teach you that also. So anyways, So Kavipu basically for the time being, just look at it like a damager. Ki Kavipu is catching some planet, it is damaging the Karak Tattva or whatever of the planet. Simple. These three things you have understood. Now, there is a planet which is approaching Udayam. And then there is a planet which is caught by Kavipu. Ye jara samajh lo. This is where many people make a mistake. Mars, Jupiter are what? Jama planets. Jama planets will come to the Udayam. Mark my word, Jama planet will come to the Udayam. Approach. It's called approaching. This fellow is crossed. Abhi, this one is a very simple example. Udayam is seated here individually at 19 degrees. This fellow is going this way. This fellow is going this way. Which one has crossed? Jupiter has already crossed Udayam. Which one is approaching Udayam? Mars is approaching Udayam. Now I'll make it a little difficult. ये 19 degrees का ध्यान रखो. Let us say Mars was here and Mars was at 21 degrees. What will you say? Is it approaching or is it crossed?
Crossed.
Crossed?
Approaching, sir.
Approaching. See, 19, if you look at it a scale like this from 1 to 30, 19 let us say is here, 21 is here, no? This is 0 degrees of the Rashi, this is 30 degrees of the Rashi. This fellow is coming this ways, Udayam. This fellow is going this ways. So the 21 degree fellow is coming towards the 19 degree. I'll make it little easier. Ye complete expanse hai. This fellow is at 19 degrees, somewhere over here, right? And this Udayam, I told you, is going clockwise. Let us say this fellow was here in 27 degrees. 27 degrees is here, 0 to 30 mein. This is 0, this is 30, na? This way. So this fellow is going which way? This fellow is going this way. So from 27 he is coming to 19 and this fellow from 19 is going to come at 27 and connect. Now I'll make it little difficult. This is 0, this is 30, this is 19, this is 20 or 21, whatever you want. So 21 से वो 19 को आ रहा है, you have to start imagining that. Suppose it was 18, it has crossed it. Okay. Now from 19, if it was 27, then you say it is approaching very soon. If 19 ke badle it was 21, you say it is almost there. Any minute it will happen. If it is 19 ke jagah it has gone to 18 or 17, you say it has just passed. And if it has gone like how Jupiter is here, you will say, that thing has been done. Maybe a week ago or a day ago or a month ago, that will come later on. Clear? Have you understood? So,
एक चीज पूछनी है.
1 minute, Swati, 1 minute. So basically, when you're looking at Udayam, planet approaching Udayam, Kavipu, which I tell you just now, planet caught by Kavipu, you have to understand the degree. So kabhi bhi visually, initially, even I do it now also, it's not initially, you put it this way, ये 19 है ना, मैं 30 के somewhere बीचों बीच है ना, तो इधर एक imaginary line करो. Okay, and Mars suppose was at 21, यहाँ एक line करो, 19, 21. And just imagine 21 is coming this side and 19 is going this side. Then you will not make a mistake. So it is approaching that. Swati, what happened?
सर उदया जो है वो क्लॉकवाइज जा रहा है, तो वो 0 से लेके 30 डिग्री जा रहा है. तो जैसे जैसे डिग्री बढ़ेगी तो वो नेक्स्ट वाले हाउस में जाएगा, उदया है ना. जामा प्लैनेट 30 डिग्री से 0 डिग्री की तरफ जा रहा है ना. यानी उसका स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट वर्गो और लिब्रा के बीच में हो जाएगा.
इधर से आके ऐसे जा रहा है.
ओके, ठीक है.
उधर यहाँ से आता है. All understood this? This is the most important thing. If you cannot understand this and this, what I am going to tell you just now, the entire thing is gone for a toss. Nidhi?
Suppose like Mars had say something like 18 degrees or 17 degrees. That means it would have crossed Udaya, right?
See, always I am again repeating, उदयम बोला तो एक लाइन करो 19 डिग्री में एकदम 19 का इतना करो मैं इट इज हाफ वे थ्रू सो दिस आई एम सेइंग इज 19 and always remember this fellow will go clockwise. Now like Nidhi is asking suppose that the Mars was at 17 degrees so you have to understand 17 इधर आएगा कि इधर आएगा so 17 obviously will come this side na? And we know that it is going anti-clockwise मुझे क्या this fellow is gone here this fellow is gone here but if it was at 21 degrees it would be here and this मुझे it is approaching the Uday. When we talk of Kavipu, how I put this in my mind, I am going to tell you. Okay, Kavipu, look at Kavipu like a crocodile. Crocodile is seated in that chikhal. वो भी ध्यान में रखो. Chikhal, you know, कीचड़. And a prey is coming there. When it comes at a specific point, it is going to jump and catch the prey. Why the chikhal? Because when it does that, it makes आजू बाजू का area also dirty. Clear? So basically, Kavipu is at 24 degrees. So if we look at again from here 0 to 30, 24 is somewhere here, let us say. And Kavipu we say is going anti-clockwise. So मुझे इधर आ रहा है. And Saturn is at 14 degrees, which is something halfway through Saturn. And Saturn is also a JAMA planet, so Saturn is also going this side. Look at Venus. Venus is here at 29 degrees. Somewhere, sorry, my mistake. Is here somewhere at 29 degrees. And he is also going this way. So now you tell me which planet is approaching Kavipu, which planet is Kavipu catching?
Venus approaching.
Venus approaching and Kavipu catching Saturn. Well, now Venus approaching Kavipu is not taken in the conventional method, but I use it because it is trying to tell you that ये खड्डे में जाने को जा रहा है. म्हणजे that fellow is approaching the crocodile, which I think is also important. So you have to warn that fellow, boss, तू इधर जाएगा तो इधर crocodile है. Now this Saturn, which is at 14-15 degrees, is ahead of Kavipu ना. So Kavipu पीछे से पकड़ सकेगा. Imagine something like this. Imagine that it is an elephant which is walking. An alligator will never catch the elephant front on जिसको उसका tusk उसको मार देगा. वो पीछे से पकड़ या उसको bull पकड़ लो. Bull, bison sort of a thing. So bison ऐसा जा रहा है तो crocodile पीछे से पकड़ेगा. Bull ऐसे आ रहा है तो crocodile ऐसे कभी भी नहीं करेगा. ऐसे दिमाग में रखो. I don't know how it catches, but I'm just telling you. This is how I imagined it, and then it has set in my mind all these years. All clear on this? Shipra and your daughter understood? You can do. These two things tell a huge amount of story.
I have a query. जैसे आपने बोला कि just imagine that this is like a crocodile and which will in the chikhad in the कीचड़. So it will in a way it will spoil आसपास के जो उसके houses हैं या जो planets हैं, right? तो will it affect the Jamakul or the transit planets or both? सपोज कविपु यहाँ पर है तो ये इसके आसपास के एरिया को खराब करेगा कि सिर्फ उसी के हाउस को?
आसपास नहीं, म्हणजे that zone only.
That zone तो ये दोनों भी like कवि the transit and the Jamakul दोनों no.
That's why I said just now don't take transit into play. That's a complete different chapter only. Don't take transit just now. Basically वो कीचड़ से ये एरिया गंदा कर देगा. ये एरिया मुझे कौन सा हाउस हो गया? 8th हाउस हो गया. Just now if you want to see, there was a case which I had analyzed yesterday. Solution तो कल आ जाएगा Monday or Tuesday पे, where it was stock market. 8th house is what you remember, unearned income or good activities. So that stock market and all is unearned income ना, इधर पसीना नहीं बहा है तो टुक टुक किया और पैसा आ गया. So this was a case related to that. Actually Sankalp may be able to answer this thing. The question was कि I think Monday को और Tuesday को that US elections are there, and it is said that US elections के हिसाब से the Indian stock market goes up and down. Now मैं stock market का spelling के आगे मेरे को कुछ आता नहीं, but Sankalp is a champion in that, so he might tell. So the question was, one of those guys that if the Trump wins, then I think Indian this thing is going to go up, and if that other guy wins, then it is going to go down. So some Bhavishya everybody is doing. So the one fellow had called me, my friend who's into stock market, and he said that one of the most prominent guys had said Monday, if the stock is going down, then next day when the election it will go up. ऐसा कुछ आर्बिट दिया था. I made a calculation and it showed me that it was showing that it is going to go up, but end it is going to go down for a crash. Anyway, that's a different question. But basically the thing is, Rashmi, to answer your question, in this question it is damaging this house. ये house कौन सा है? 8th house. So in a way, it is telling me, see, there are various hints which you will get along the way, which will tell you. You cannot just say Kavipu catching this hoop. That is how people are analyzing.
And we won't take it as first Rashi, sir.
No. How? Okay. So basically, again, I am repeating, planet which is approaching Udayam will tell you a story based on the degrees, obviously. Planet which is approaching Kavipu will tell you a story. Planet which is getting caught by Kavipu will tell you a story. Aruda will verify whether your question is correct or not. Simple. Bas. Understood this? Frankly speaking, this is the base on which the entire Jamakol opens up. Now, I'll teach you chota things just now, but this is the base. If you can understand this, you have understood Jamakol ka analysis. उसके पीछे का calculation मैं नहीं बताता अभी. All clear? Now, I'll teach you some chota things which make a huge amount of difference, which nobody uses, I think. And I went against the tide and I did experiments on that and it had come up. I was ridiculed at that point of time. Ridiculed time? I say generally nobody will dare ridicule, but ridiculed at that point. Ye kyun kare, wo kyun kare. Swati and all know that. She is there in the journey from the beginning. But I did that. That is basically nakshatra. So this is the thing. Nakshatra of the Jama planets and the special planets, according to me, make a huge amount of difference. Generally, 90% of the time, it is said, ये जो planet approaching Udayam and planet which is caught by Kavipu, ये देखो and yes या no दे दो. Will the market fall or will it go up? Yes, it will go up. No, it will not go up. उसके आगे नहीं. Now, last time also in the group, I think Mahesh and Shivaji are in that group. There was a big dialogue. You know, one fellow. आते हैं ना, some people feel that they are एकदम पराक्रमी of this thing of God only प्रकट हुए ऐसे. So the one fellow said, no, you are going against the rules and this and that and tum. So Ati also wanted to hit back at him because he was hitting at me. So I asked him one question only. If somebody comes to you and says that मेरी बेटी की शादी है, अच्छी होगी कि नहीं, and you say, हाँ अच्छी है, immediately they'll ask you next question ना, बच्चे कितने होंगे, बच्चों का सब ऐसा हो गया, पति का खाना पीना अच्छा रहेगा कि नहीं, ये like that. Suppose somebody comes and says that my so and so relative is on a ventilator, जिएगा कि नहीं, हाँ जिएगा. Okay. Next question he'll ask, when will he come out of it? Will he recover totally or not? तो क्या एवरी टाइम बुडू कास्ट करते बैठने का, वो प्लैनेट्स को दूसरा काम नहीं, क्या तुम्हारे सब कास्ट करते बैठो? दैट इज स्टूपिड. आई हैव अ वेरी सिंपल लॉजिक. You are asking the planet something. The planets are trying to tell you everything. You want to see it like this or you want to see it like this is your question. Simple. You want to do कि every time I cast a chart 500 रुपए आएगा, yes or no, हाँ बेटी की शादी, हाँ yes हो जाएगी, पैसा अच्छा मिलेगा 500 रुपए ठग, हाँ अच्छा होगा, पति का जॉब अच्छा रहेगा कि फॉरेन में जाएगा 500 रुपए ठग. Like that, if you want to do ना, then don't come to me then. Okay, because you are selling the planets over here. Okay, so this I am a little angry because that day I was very angry, but I kept on. Then Swati went and started eating that guy. I said, now you let him. That कोई idiots रहते हैं ऐसे कोई. नाम भी नहीं, कुछ some name they do. Anyway, let's not get into that thing.
Good on you, Swati.
Swati तो एकदम मैं एकदम ये ना क्या बोलते हैं loyal ये सर.
Guardian.
So see you. Anyway, that was it. So the thing is, what I'm going to tell you is, Jamakol chart tells you a lot of things. Okay, I have put up Iskai chart का analysis I have put up. Now see, this stock market, frankly speaking, I don't know anything about it. So मेरे judgment से मैंने किया था, that could go right or wrong. I don't know. Monday, Tuesday को मालूम पड़ेगा. हाँ, Swati, you want to say something?
Actually, his name was Astro Research, and he was actually telling that not to research.
Right. He was telling me, why are you going against the rules? It is very sad that you are going against the rules. I told him, if you don't go against the rules, you will be sad. Anyway, well, let's not waste time on that joker. Anyway, now one more thing is this Hora Lord. Hora is basically ये टाइम पे कौन सा लाइक केपी इट इज कॉल्ड रूलिंग प्लैनेट वन वे बट अदरवाइज होरा इज ये होरा क्या चल रहा है होरा इज द आवर विच इज गोइंग ऑन एंड दैट इज डेडिकेटेड टू सम प्लैनेट सो वो कैलकुलेशन में क्या है सो दिस होरा वो कहाँ बैठा है और वो कौन से नक्षत्र में बैठा है so you'll have now by hearted it so you know that Mars when it is here it is in Mrigashira right it must be at the tip of your tongue I'm sure you are just dying to tell me but I said it before so I didn't give you the opportunity but I know that you are so anyway so basically this Venus which is there is seated in Mars so it will be either in Mrigashira or Dhanishta or Chitra barabar na it is at the tip of your tongue so I know that so but it is seated here in the first segment so it will be Mrigashira correct and it is in the 29.32 degrees so it will be in the second pada of this thing because two pada come here two pada come here right and it is 3.2 degrees ka one pada so basically 29.32 it is the second pada of Mrigashira barabar you know all that by heart so we are not wasting time on that I'm very proud of you people
सर होरा लॉट जो है वो सॉफ्टवेयर से दिख जाएगा
हाँ ये दिख जाता है okay so this is basically Jamapol now I'll tell you how to go about it okay or rather how I went about it earlier because some of you are already champions in Jamapol there are some of them who are एकदम ABCD level एक ध्यान में रखो if you really want to become good in Jamapol ना there is only one thing other than common sense is practice so what I used to do is anything happened no I would cast a chart and try to correlate that rather than analysis doing उसको क्या बोलते हैं postmortem of that thing कुछ भी suppose I'm just sitting here and let us say a food truck comes so I'll cast the chart so some moon or Mars related thing might come because moon is food Mars is not only cooked food Mars is also a vehicle and if it's a very premium vehicle something Venus ka connection might come in something like that so anything happens no you see that now suppose let us say you are at the station I use it many times कि train आने वाली है कि नहीं and you open the thing and you see the 8th lord over there coming in especially if 8th lord is Saturn it will tell you delay होने वाली है then see whether it is getting delayed or not if moon is coming moon is chatpat so moon is coming you will say okay or snake is coming that bamboo snake is coming snake is what snake is this train it is coming soon you know like that then you see whether 8th lord is in any way affecting that like that you have to keep doing it on a daily basis for chotu things and then see whether it happens or not okay let us say your son comes home just cast a chart and see if Jupiter or the 5th lord is approaching Udayam it will tell you this thing okay suppose some guests are coming okay or some relative is coming home whether that person will come on time or not deco so suddenly don't see Udayam see whether the 6th lord is getting affected by Kavipu because 6th lord is close relatives Kavipu I told you is a damager if 6th lord is approaching Udayam it is saying that those relatives are coming very soon so if हाँ निधि
So which software are we supposed to use for this? Which software are we supposed to use?
there are a couple of softwares the one which is free and which is on a phone is called Divya Chakshu is free but जरा freedom at a price दिया उसने because वो क्या करता है now for example that you realize when you see it only ये sun 29.32 degrees है ना actually it is here no he might show the sun here and write down as 29.32 मुझे कैसा this is 210 plus 29 becomes 239 so he'll write a sun and he'll write here 239 this is 240 का line so you have to understand oh shit it is not here it is here वो जरा उसने फुकट देने में जरा बहुत दिलदारी कर दिया मुझे I had asked him that why don't you put it see there are two methodologies in Jamapal one which doesn't take the sthira rashis they don't consider these rashis there are some which consider that so वो जरा एक अलग dialogue है but as of now before you get champion at it do this thing but there is a glitch to it that Divya Chakshu karna there is a glitch because this planet might be shown here but it is actually seated here But Divya Chakshu is one. I use this. It's a professional software called Gemini Astrology. It costs around 5 or 6,000 rupees, but it is good. So that is good. But what we'll do is, in fact, Mr. Modi, no, who's part of the group, he's the one who developed this fantastic software for me. तो उसमें का जामोकल का एक अलग उसने बनाया. So if possible, I will ask him whether that much portion we can share. Then I will give you that. Or there are some other people who are working in some other softwares who have developed that. If I get that, I will share that with you. But just now, दिव्य चक्षु इंस्टॉल करो. एप्पल पे नहीं चल रहे. नॉर्मल गरीब लोगों के लिए. हाँ रश्मि, you to ask. Rashmi, you ask, or Manasi also? Manasi.
Yeah, while explaining that the Divya Chakshu might show the sun in the wrong place, you said it is 210 over here and 2 something. So what do you mean by 210?
Now, for example, let's take a simpler one. Snake is at 14.32. So there is something called as a compound degree. This is the absolute degree. Compound degree में क्या है 0 to 30, 30, 60, 60, 90, 90, 120, 150, 180, 210, 240, 270 and 14. म्हणजे 270 and 14 में 284 is the compound degree, बरोबर? So he will show snake over here and he will write 284. So you start thinking that snake is here, but 284 gives you, he has given the compound degrees over there. So you have to calculate, or is it 284 में ये 300 का line है, so it cannot be here, it has to be here. ये जरा I don't know क्या क्या है, but anyway, ना करो मानसी.
But then that doesn't make the app very accurate, no?
No, it doesn't make, but then beggars can't be choosers. Because I used it for first one or 2 years. I used it because I wasn't sure whether it is going. Once it started working only, then I invested in that thing. But it works. So just hang on if there is anything else new which has come up, because we have a small group of when Mahesh are also part of that. There one or two guys have done some work on Jamapol software. They were doing some beta version. If it works properly, then I'll ask if they can share and give it to you all. अगर ये तो फिलहाल तो डाल दो, because just now you just see TikTok now कि sun has come home, okay, Jupiter has come home, और fifth lord has come. इतना आ गया तो भी बहुत हो गया.
एंड आप कंटिन्यूसली जब उससे प्रैक्टिस करोगे ना तो ऑटोमेटिकली वो आगे को शिफ्ट कर लेते हैं अपन virtually.
Maybe. Rashmi, what happened?
Sir, when you were referring to the relatives or guest, so in general, what is the planet or what is that house that we should see?
No. Close relatives बोला तो that is 6th house. You want specific कि mother's younger sibling है, तो then you will have to say 4 का 3rd house कौन सा है उसका, like that, then it become too detailed. But it's either child is coming, म्हणजे Jupiter is coming. Father is coming, म्हणजे sun is approaching. Mother is coming, moon is approaching. General relatives are coming. कोई तो मासी काके तो 6th house lord is coming. I just give an example. Like suppose let us say your son is coming back from school. वो अभी आ रहा है कि डिले हो रहा है, मे बी कुछ लेक्चर एक्सटेंड हो गया तो एक्सटेंड हो गया. सो देन इफ जुपिटर इज कमिंग और द 5th लॉर्ड इज अप्रोचिंग उदयम, यू विल से ओके ही इज कमिंग, उसका कुछ एक्स्ट्रा लेक्चर नहीं. बट सपोज कविपु हैज गॉट दैट, देन यू विल से ओके ही इज गेटिंग डिलेड बिकॉज ऑफ सम एक्स्ट्रा लेक्चर और समथिंग. ऐसा कर सकते, देन इट कैन गो डीपर एंड डीपर एंड डीपर. ऑल अंडरस्टूड दिस? सो दिस इज Jamapol. I would urge you all to use it and actually practice it, not on a daily basis but on an hourly basis or on a minute basis, so to say, because it takes a little bit of time and then it starts opening up, and then the sort of things that it tells you is fantastic. You know, I am not a master in it, but I have got a lot of confidence in it and it helps, and it tells a lot of things. And keep your mind open, don't just stick to the Udayam and Kavipu, and suddenly don't jump to Kavipu and say what is God. So now, that first point which I say, I'll just elaborate on that. Udayam kya hai, if you cannot decode, then the entire thing has gone for a toss. A fellow has come and said, my daughter's wedding ke bare mein I want to ask, is Udayam me, or is Udayam my daughter, or is Udayam my daughter's wedding? That has to be decoded first, and that when you see what is coming, if 7th lord is coming towards Udayam, it is 7th lord is what the opposite fellow, the groom. Now here also there is a little debate. In most cases they say Udayam is the guy and Arudam is the girl. I don't know. Sometimes that works, but I just consider 1 and 7. So if the seventh fellow, your spouse or whoever is coming your way, then obviously Udam is a girl, no? मेरे को कौन approach करेगा किसी? So basically it is basically the girl. Suppose the fifth lord, okay, is in some way connected. Then you can say, okay, Udayam is the girl. If from the Udayam the ninth lord is in some way getting affected, then you can say it is the native. You understand? Or if the seventh Rashi itself is affected as Udayam or whatever, then you can say that it's the subject. So, thoda sa, frankly speaking, just now you might not appreciate what I'm saying, but in some time you'll understand. But this is the crux of it all. Try to work on that. ये तीनों में से क्या है? It's only three. It will either be you, when the fellow is asking, or the person whom you are asking about, or third, it is the subject. If it is about you only you are asking, then obviously there are two things. The third thing doesn't come into play. Is it me that I am asking, or is it, suppose I say that I want to buy a car. Will I get a good car? So is Udayam me or is Udayam the car? Like that. So what I would suggest is छोटे छोटे चीज पे करने को जाओ, एकदम किसी के शादी विधि का वाट मत लगा दो. Basically just छोटा छोटा. Child has come home, Jupiter is here, tick tick tick. Somebody is here, tick tick tick. हाँ Manasi.
So, but then basically, and I know that'll come with time and experience, but depending on what we choose as the Udayam, that will change the result. Totally, it could go ulta.
Because, see, if this, let's say, a fellow has come, let's say about a daughter's wedding, and this is the Udayam, always I have told you, see the Bhagya of Udayam, or the Bhagya of that planet or this thing. Now, if this is the marriage, this becomes the Bhagya of the marriage. If this is the girl, then this becomes her marriage, then this becomes her Bhagya of her marriage. Totally the chart only changes, no? If this is the father, then this is the daughter, then this is the daughter ka wedding, then iska ninth is the Bhagya of the wedding. You understand? I'll do it again if you want. There are three options now. One is the native. So if you say that this is the native, this is the native's daughter, this is the native's daughter's marriage, this is the native's daughter's marriage ka Bhagya. Barabar? So just keep one over here. Now if it changes and this becomes the daughter, this becomes the daughter's marriage, this becomes the daughter's marriage ka Bhagya. Just now we were here, now we are here. If this is marriage itself, this is the Bhagya of the marriage. So am I supposed to see this? Am I supposed to see this? Or am I supposed to see this? Will all depend upon what this is. No? This is where the mistakes happen. People will consider, father is asking about a daughter thing, so this is father, this is daughter, this is daughter's wedding, this is daughter's wedding का भाग्य, इधर आ गया, इधर fantastic आ गया, very good, and marriage के दिन पे आ गया तो that fellow जो तान्या, पोतला, जाड़ा, डुक्कर, like that, all that, like that, you know. So then they will come and catch your neck. You said he is going to be a handsome Shah Rukh Khan, जैसा ये तो डुक्कर निकला, okay. So you have to be careful on that. So छोटा छोटा चीज करो and पकड़ो and decide how to do. ठीक है?
सर होरा लॉर्ड का एक बार और बता दीजिए रोल.
Role in the sense, see, Hora Lord, frankly speaking, points a finger at something. Now, if you see in this case, which is about a stock market, ka that US ka thing which is there. Now tell me, Venus is what? Lakshmi?
Luxury.
Lakshmi, paisa.
Mm.
We are talking of stock market, na? Don't take Venus as silver or Venus as wife or something. Jo hai wo pakdo. So Venus is Lakshmi, paisa. Venus is also the second lord over here. Wapas paisa. बरोबर. Venus is also the ninth lord over here, which is Bhagya also. पैसा आया तो भाग्य खुल गया. Now where is Venus? Venus is seated in the ninth house of Bhagya and it is approaching Kavipu. That is telling you the story. And Kavipu has got Saturn. Saturn is what? Saturn is the fifth lord of speculation, stock market. Snake is seated over there, so there's going to be a confusion. Snake is seated in the Rashi of Moon, which is up down, up down, up down, gadbad, gadbad, gadbad. So snake in the nakshatra of moon, which is also the 11th lord. So expectations ka gadbad. I'm going very deep, just try to gather it. Snake, which is crisis or confusion, in the nakshatra of 11th lord, which is Ichhapurti, moon, which is fluctuating thing, is coming to the 5th house of speculation. 5th lord of speculation में मृत्यु भी बैठा है. मृत्यु is like मृत्यु of that event. This fellow Saturn has gone and sat where? In the 8th house of booked activities or unearned money. बरोबर. ये जो सैटर्न है वो कौन से नक्षत्र में बैठा है मेरे को ही नहीं दिख रहा. वीनस म्हणजे अगेन लक्ष्मी. So 5th lord of speculation has gone and sat in the 8th house of unearned money in the nakshatra of Venus, which is Lakshmi. Fantastic, na? So everything is going. Confusion है ठीक है, confusion है ठीक है. But then it is caught by Kavipu. And Kavipu is in the nakshatra of what? वापस Venus, which you very well know is Burning. So Venus से पकड़ा है. म्हणजे क्या कविपु ने वो लक्ष्मी के नक्षत्र में बैठ के जो 5th लॉर्ड उधर आया उसको पकड़ा है. And now your question कि ये Venus is the second में ये लड़के का income second lord Venus in the nakshatra of Mars, which is the 3rd lord and the 8th lord. 8th lord has got Kavipu in it. Venus in that 8th lord and 3rd lord of Mercury. 3rd is also 8th from 8, if you remember, from Bhavat Bhavam. He is approaching Kavipu. मुझे क्या है वो खड्डे की तरफ जा रहा है. Just now if he says, like people are saying that the stock market is going to go up. I don't know stock market, but let us say today the share is at 100 rupees. And they are going to say after the US thing it is going to go to 1000 rupees. So अभी शेयर भसा खरीद लो. तो उसने भसा खरीद लिया and ये 100 का 10 पे आ गया. बरोबर ना नुकसान एटलीस्ट बरोबर ना संकल्प. It must be something like that, no? How stock market work. Today the share is at 100 rupees and you say it's going to go up. See this Venus coming towards this is you are going towards a khadda. So if you are forewarned, you will not fall in the khadda. Are you understanding what I am saying? कि bumper जा रहा है. So this is how you use the hora. See how the hora lord suddenly changed it. Now planet approaching Kavipu nobody uses. But no, most of you all have done Jamakol from exercise. हाँ Shipra.
Sir, in this case, do you look at Hora as the subject or Udyan as the subject? Because
Hora is just a point. So Hora को पकड़ लो and Hora को expand करो. What is Venus now? I forgot her name.
Meghna.
हाँ Meghna. हाँ. What is Venus? Out of the 300 things you have to pick and choose which you learn. Venus is Lakshmi, बरो ना? अभी अपन stock market का बोल रहे हैं. Are we talking of a branded perfume? No. Are we talking of some glamour? No. Are we talking of some glitter? No. Are we talking of some beauty product? No. Lakshmi? Yes. So Lakshmi को पकड़ो. बरोबर? So Venus is Lakshmi. ये Venus again नक्षत्र किसमें बैठा है? The second one, Mars. Mars is what your 3rd lord and your 8th lord. 3rd can be your effort. 3rd can also be 8 from 8 obstacles. 8 can be unearned money and obstacles. So what? So that in that 8 and 3 वाला fellow is approaching him मतलब क्या वो crocodile की तरफ जा रहा है. पीछे से उसको गुदगुदी करे crocodile I'm here. मुझे क्या बोलेगा crocodile आओ बचा करके खा लेगा ना. कौन बोले उधर जाने को? Don't go there. Like that.
सर अगर किसी के इंटेंशंस देखने मान लीजिए इसी चार्ट से ही देखने कि क्वेरेंट ने पूछा कि सामने वाले के मेरे इंटेंशंस क्या है तो कौन सा हाउस देखेंगे?
5th house.
5th. ओके.
Intention is thought सोच ना 5th house. And 3rd is basically उसका धैर्य बोलते हैं मुझे what he will do. So 5th and 3rd house को देखना पड़ेगा. हाँ मैं one minute Mahesh.
Yes, sir. So in this, if you are talking about speculation stock market, can we just directly say that 5th lord is sitting in Aries debilitated, Kavip is catching directly the 5th lord of speculation, and Venus is also approaching Kavipu.
5th lord is debilitated, very good. 5th lord is debilitated in the 8th house of unearned income. That is also one point. Very good. So like this, ना छोटा वो दिवाली का वो लवंगी रहता है ना, टपक टुपुक टूटता है, वैसे वैसे all these points open up and then you have to catch. हाँ, who had asked? Rashmi, you had a question?
Sir, like she has asked about that we need to know the intention or the thoughts. So you said the fifth house, right?
She's a he.
Sorry.
मेरा बोल रही कि मैंने पूछा था इंटेंशन
Now the thing is कि सो हमें इंटेंशन पता पड़ेंगे जिस व्यक्ति ने पूछा. से फॉर एग्जाम्पल इन दिस चार्ट a person has asked ki okay why is that person doing bad for me, say for example. Okay, now इसमें intention यदि हमने fifth house से देखा तो intention मेरे पता पड़ेंगे, I am asking the question, or about that person, उस व्यक्ति के पता पड़ेंगे.
So then that's what I'm saying. No, this Udam, you want to know whether it is you or whether it is the opposite person.
Yeah.
Most of the time in such a case where it is you are asking for yourself कि ये क्या कर रहा है, this is you and this is the opposite person. Most of the time. But if you want to know ये आदमी मेरे को ऐसा क्यों कर रहा है, then this will tell you, this for all that you know might be that opposite person. So this could be you. Let's say this is the opposite guy. Okay, I'll just give a very example. कितना समझेगा I don't know. And let us say then this becomes you because it is a wall, आमने सामने. And let us say instead of this Jupiter is coming here, and Jupiter, let us say just for discussion's sake, is in the nakshatra of Rahu, Swati over here. Then what is happening is maybe then I will ask you. Suppose you have asked me this question: are you doing some labadi, gadbad or background में कुछ cheating meeting against him? You know, everybody feels that I am great. बाकी के सब लोग ही मैं दुखियारी आत्मा खुद को बनाते हैं. बाकी सब सारे प्रकट हुए हैवान है. ऐसा नहीं रहता है ना. Many times cases come like that. They make me feel that oh they are so good and that husband is beating them up. ये साला नीचे से उसको पिन मारता रहेगा तो ऊपर से मारेगा ही ना. It is typical. So basically maybe that you are doing some labadi against that fellow, and because of that ये जो है, now this is Mercury. Let us say Mercury has gone. Let us say here. It is your second house of speech. So he is talking bad about you. ऐसे हो जाए. So you cannot generalize it that whether this is you or this is the opposite person. You have to do a little bit of background study and then decide. That's why people say na कि chart खोलो and within 30 seconds give the thing. I am sorry, I cannot do it. I can give you within 30 seconds, but I will not be confident. I will just Ram Bharose, okay, chalo, have faith and give. I will see this, then decide whether this is you or this is the opposite person. Then in 30 seconds, I can give you 30 different predictions, but not before background. So don't open your mouth till you know मैं इधर हुआ उधर हूँ, नहीं तो you'll keep boxing yourself on this. Okay, anyone else? So now which all questions you can ask, frankly speaking, in Jamapal is limitless. Okay, it is limitless. Frankly speaking, मेरे को कभी भी कुछ doubt आता है, I cast a chart. Just many times it happens. Like I'll give you an example which happened just last week, around 10 days back or something like that. I was returning from college, station पे गया, okay, and the train something got delayed or something like that. I don't remember. So the next train which came, as usual, was packed. I didn't want to get. So normally what I do, I let that train go. The next one which comes is almost empty and I get into it. And the next train did come only. 15 मिनट हो गया, 20 मिनट हो गया, 30 मिनट हो गया. I mean, it was getting too much. And there was an option because the station is in such a place now कि Uber भी उधर बुलाने के लिए I would have to walk out, go out, Nidhi and all know that. Again come to the main road, that would have been. So then I cast a chart because उधर कुछ भी नहीं दिखा रहा था. It was not showing when it is coming. And it showed me that I don't remember the exact calculation. I have the chart somewhere because I save it. It was showing that okay, within the next 3 minutes a train will come, which was very not possible because ऐसा कुछ भी indication नहीं था. Literally on the third minute डगा करके the train came. Otherwise I think बाहर जाके Uber पकड़ के जाओ because it was already 45 minutes or half an hour or something got delayed. It was more than 10-15 days back, whatever. So like that, I have so much faith in this, and do it with proper faith and intent, without any malefic or any ulterior motive or anything like that. It always gives the right guidance. I use it like a guidance factor. कि ये मैं करूँ कि नहीं करूँ. So if I go by the conventional method, yes or no, it doesn't work. Because if I have to do yes, I also should know what all I should not do. Na? बरोबर ना? ये पानी है, कूदू क्या उसके तैरने के लिए? हाँ कूदो, तो कूदा और नीचे से आके विंचू आके कच करके काटा पीछे, तो फिर क्या वो विंचू दिखा नहीं ना, विंचू में स्कॉर्पियन. You asked whether I can jump in the water. They said I jump in the water. Is it deep? No, it is not deep. But did you ask whether there's a विंचू over there? नहीं. वो आके कुछ करके काटा पीछे, तो फिर what will you say? किसको blame करेगा? You understand what that thing is? So you cannot take it at face value. You all don't know विंचू, that's why. Or you almost not have been bitten by a विंचू, that's why. कच करके काटते हो. हाँ मैं.
Sir, we have this concept of race in Jamacola, right, where we can use them to pinpoint the number of days or the time when the event will come out. So,
हाँ बोलो बोलो.
no, I mean, will we be going through that or as part of the chat?
The thing is, that was that first sentence which I put initially, that you know, when you get exposed to different paddhatis, and within the paddhati so many techniques, some techniques work for you, some techniques might not work for me, the same model work. So that rays which is Rashmi jisko bolte hain, I have tried that. That doesn't work. There are so many. There another one was, I forget the name of it. In one of the classes they taught is something from the sun or something like that. There's a method. I don't know. You are not in that class. I think Swati was around. I don't know. So so there are different methods. I have a very simple method, and which works most of the time. Is if the planet which is approaching it is if you have caught it correctly. So if you are saying that the relative is coming or not. So sixth lord, let us say Kalpurush Kundali, sixth lord will be Mercury, and Mercury is coming there. So if Mercury is within that Rashi itself, I will know it's going to be really fast. If it is in the next Rashi, second Rashi coming over there, I will know it's coming. So what I do, either degree say itna or itna, and how much time is there, that I decide and logically decide whether it's minutes or hours or days, and that has worked for me. So I don't use that Rashi power. That has worked for me. Now what I'm doing, which I don't know, I think I put it on the other main group, I put it over there, where I'm working on Gemini Chardasha in this. So Gemini Chardasha will actually open up the thing. So that is a total different experiment. It will take me a couple of days, but once I crack it, then I'll share it with you. But before that, I have to teach you Gemini astrology. So that I'll share with you next week. So that experiment, but this what I do makes sense for me because that fellow is approaching. So that you have confirmed. So when is it approaching? How much time will it take from there to here? So that is the degree. So you can experiment on that. If it works, just see.
सर इसमें प्लैनेट्स का ऑर्डर बताएंगे जो सबसे जल्दी करेगा, जैसे मर्क्यूरी आपने बोला, फिर उसके बाद कोई और प्लैनेट हो?
Sorry.
ऐसे कुछ
मेरा ध्यान नहीं रहा. Tell me again. Mercury. So it's a slow and fast moving planet. No, so Moon is the fastest planet.
हाँ.
Which is fastest. Then Sun, Venus, Mercury are medium. This thing. Saturn, Jupiter.
पैटर्न डिले.
Snake, confusion. So that also, that Karak Tattva of that will tell you. Plus वो कौन से राशि में बैठा है. If it's a द्विस्वभाव राशि, either that event is a repeat thing or will get repeated again, or it is a confusion thing. Left भी जा सकता है, right भी जा सकता है. Like for example, here if you see, it can, म्हणजे it's a द्विस्वभाव ना. So that is the thing. Plus the snake. See, these are छोटे छोटे जो लवंगी में बोलता ना वो ही है. This is snake in the fifth house of speculation. Snake is what? Confusion. द्विस्वभाव राशि is what? Dual. Left जाओ के right जाओ, left जाओ के right जाओ. You understand? Then even the 11th lord of Ichhapurti, which is Moon, is seated in the 6th house. 6th house is recovery of money. You understand? 6th house is the second to the speculation, meaning income from the money. Udhar वापस moon बैठा है. गड़बड़. Like that, there are lots of pointers which come up. I don't know how much you all have understood. Few of you must have understood what I'm saying. But these are छोटे things which open up, and actually, if you sit and concentrate on that, once these start talking to you, then like people ask me, oh, though you say the chart talk to me, मुझे क्या हो, तो ऐसा कोई आके मेरे सामने कोई जिनी बैठ के मेरे को नहीं बताता. I have to use my brain and then catch these points, and then it starts communicating with you, and it will communicate with you also. ऐसा कुछ दैवी शक्ति नहीं मेरे में. Okay. So we'll wrap up now. Two things. One is, if you really want to do good in this, you have to do it on an hourly basis, not daily or weekly basis. On an hour, everything happens. Cast a chart, mobile pay rakho. Okay, get that thing on your desktop. That is one. Now, second, next week what we'll do is I will share with you Gemini astrology. Like we have done Parashari, I'll teach you Gemini. It's a very simple way. Okay, it's a simple way, and it really opens out a lot of things. So it is better used for preventive astrology. Once we do that, I wrote on the group but more as a joke. Mota the big things which I know now, everything I've shared with you, the techniques. Then chota there are hundreds of things. There, like Navtara Paddhati is there, Swara Shastra is there. So many things are there which I have picked up from here or there, here or there, here or there. So as we go along, I will share those with you, because if I make a syllabus, it will be an endless thing. Mota the big chunks which are there, I have shared with you. So from next time, Gemini astrology, uske baad mein we just take up cases. You have some live cases, you put it up, we can do it over here on the fly, or the ones which I have already solved initially, I will share with you. So you will get a hang of it, and then we'll go on from there. Huh? Okay? Chalo, see you then. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Bye, all of you.
Radha.
Bye.
Bye.
Sir, yeah, bye.
Bye.